Happy New
Hello,
Year.
Happy New Year.
Happy New Year. Happy New Year. It's good to see your nice face in this new year.
You too, Demi. Like after a long time again, we're back with more energy for 2025. We've
New
been
New Year, new traditions. Let's hope.
we're both in Canada now, and we're filming
Yes.
in Canada in different cities.
Yes, that's right. So Salome is finally experiencing what true winters are like, unlike the Barcelona springs that you guys have all
I've
year round.
always been in Canada in summertime, so that's the first time I'm in Canada during the winter time. But I guess I pretty dealt with it. It's okay. It's not
You're
that
still
cold.
alive and well.
Minus 23, it's nothing.
Exactly. That's t-shirt worthy if I ever heard of it.
Snow. It's all good.
It is all good in here. So,
Yeah.
uh, yeah,
So today we're gonna talk about my one of my favorite movies so far, which is called The Substance. I've always been like a great fan of Demi Moore. She's always been one of my favorite actors. So yeah, and then The Substance was a great movie. Which the other actress is Margaret Qualley with the French director Carolee Farget. And this movie was very interesting for me because it had a very important message in it about women and how we, because women, as we get older, our beauty is, diminishing, and it's kind of, it looks like that our value, we have no value because we're losing our beauty. So what do we do to ourselves, like a self-harm, and without even noticing it, but criticizing our body all the time, criticizing because we always want to go with the beauty standards in the society. So then, like, we keep like doing kind of like violence to ourselves mentally or physically. We go through a lot of stuff to stay beautiful. So this movie is about Demi Moore is playing Elizabeth, that when she is 50 years old, she feels like that she gets fired from the company that she was working for because they wanted a newer person, a more beautiful one. So she would be like, okay, so how can I be more beautiful? And then she go and find kind of like a drug that actually made her miserable, and then she was way more beautiful before like taking the drugs. It was like a kind of spoiler, so but again, so I think that was pretty good, pretty good movies. And the message was very interesting. And the most important thing regarding to acting, that Demi Moore actually won a prize in a Golden Globe as like the best actress for her performance. She really deserved it because she kind of didn't have any dialogue, so all her performance was, herself and being alone and everything. And you could feel everything that she was feeling. So it was all her face and her emotions and her eyes. And it was pretty captivating because, it was basically, you could see the intimate moments that women have with themselves when they look at the mirror, when they look at their naked body and they try to see, you could feel everything. It was very powerful. I could felt what she was feeling. So, and for me it was pretty awesome and stunning when an actress, she kind of doesn't have any dialogue, but she could gives a message, and her inner monologue with herself to the audience without even saying anything. So it was pretty powerful. That could show how, a good actress she is. So, yeah. So I really liked the movie. I really liked the message. Um, yeah, and she was saying that the makeup was crazy. The makeup every day, because like the transformation between like different characters, it was like kind of like 5 hours of makeup. So they said it's kind of like um they say makeup was including prosthetics. So it was like kind of like 5 hours every day. They were like spending time and doing the transformation from one character and not to another characters. So it was pretty interesting. I really liked it. And I guess most people liked it as well, because the Rotten Tomatoes is 90% and IMDb 7.4 out of 100 out of 10. I would give it like 9.5 out of 10. But yeah, that was my review about this movie. What about you, Dan?
Nice. Thank you for that. So just to reflect back on some things that you said, Demi Moore, a great, fantastic actress. She definitely deserved the award. I remember back in the days, my first real introduction, appreciation of Demi Moore was in her uh, early 1990s movie, G.I. Jane. For those that don't remember, she was in G.I. Jane, A Few Good Men, Striptease, which a lot of the male audience might recognize her from. But she's really come into her own while coming into Hollywood, living in the Hollywood spotlight for a few years. I totally get it that the message was not light. We'll put it that way in terms of it's all about image and self-perception of one's identity and one's value. This is more so plagued in any sort of uh, crowd-facing role, so acting, playwrights, or actresses, or even being a model and things like that. So value is often perceived there. I think for myself, when I've seen this movie, or at least bits of it, the things that really jumped out to me is the lighting. The lighting, which I guess thanks to um, thanks to the filmographer, who was what's her name? Um, yes, it's by sorry, his name Benjamin Cranach. If one will take once you guys watch it, you'll understand like there's often Hollywood lighting, which is there's a lot of fluorescent lights kind of thing, and the image is very bright and vibrant. It's not on oftentimes that's the kind of image you expect of pictures in front of cameras kind of thing because you always have that heavy light on top of you. But it's not until later on in the movie that you start to get duller lights, showing a shift in the storytelling and the narration story. So which just means like her life was on display and she has to exude this persona, not just in front of the camera, but also behind the camera, right? So that's also very heavy-handed in that kind of delivery. So there's a line saying there's a lot of things that can be said without being said. So being shown rather than being said. This is one of those cases within this movie here. Um, as for the quality of the movie, I'm not gonna bash it just because Salome loves it from high heavens, and it's to me it's hit it's a little bit predictable in some areas, but however, if you're into female strong characters taking hard challenges, this is a movie for you. And as for myself, I cannot rate it just because I've not seen it fully, but I'll echo Salome's rating of 9.5 on this. So that way we got a nice 9.5 movie at the start of 2025. So good job. So good selection of movie. For those that are wanted us to see something else with Demi Moore, we can definitely open and watching it. But if you want me to watch it, please, I'll fall on the sword and I'll watch it for you guys.
You have to watch it.
Yes.
That was a
So
kind of movie that I was glued to my computer when I was I mean, I couldn't even stop because I usually get bored when I watch movies. So I just, okay, tomorrow I'm gonna watch the rest. But this one, I was like, what's gonna happen?
yeah,
That that's why that was a kind of movie that I really liked, because
yeah,
yeah.
sure. I get it. I get it. I think yeah, so for me,
But let me tell
I'll
you,
watch it
it
in time.
was very uncomfortable, but in a good way. You
Mm,
know, you know, there were scenes that you were like, oh my God, I can't even watch it. So sometimes I was like what's gonna happen, Too much blood, so many uncomfortable scenes, but it's worth it. It was amazing. I don't know, like I really I liked everything. I liked acting, I liked performance, I like the makeup, I like transformation. I mean, I think Demi Moore did a great job because, you know,
mhm.
like not talking, not having someone to interact with, and then giving the message, all the inner monologue to the audience. For me, it was like brilliant. The way that she was looking at the mirror, like you could guess what she was thinking and how harshly she was criticizing her body and how much she hated it, for losing her job and her fame because of her body and her beauty. This is something that is happening every day in this society because of the beauty standards. So we have to change that, because it's not healthy.
It's true. And I think this kind of goes to the point of also be very careful of the kind of things that you ingest and you put into your body, not just for the sake of health, aesthetics, but also health standards too, right? So we see a lot of people going to Turkey, going to different parts, doctors' clinics in LA or in the back alleys, right, to go get a BBL or whatever it might be. You have to be very mindful of that. And I think this is an examination, a little bit, put a magnifying lens on society on that element. But yeah, good.
Yeah,
All right.
the idea was brilliant by the director. I really liked how she came up with this story. It was
Yeah,
brilliant.
absolutely.
Yeah.
So cool. All
Okay.
right. So we'll watch it. So thanks a lot,
Go and
guys, for
watch
tuning in.
it, subscribe, share, and follow us on Instagram.
I love that. All right. See you guys soon. Sometime this
Bye.
year. Soon. All right. Bye.